Okay, so how do vaccines work? Okay. So vaccines work through a series of processes, but the basic principle is that a vaccine works by mimicking a viral infection. Okay. So, hi, I'm Dr. Greg, and in this video I will be discussing to you how a vaccine works in order for us to become protected against a virus, especially the COVID-19 virus. Okay, so don't forget to subscribe, click the notification bell so that you will always be updated on my latest videos. Okay, so without further ado, let's go straight to the video. So how do vaccines work? Okay, so as I've said, vaccines work by mimicking a viral infection. So it makes the body feel like there's a foreign body, a virus, but it doesn't really cause the disease. Okay, so the vaccine is really just an inactivated or killed viral particles. So it won't produce a disease or it won't kill anybody. So the particles are hemagglutinin or the HA and the neuraminidase and the NA. These are parts of the virus on the surface that are really the surface proteins that cause the virus to attach to other cells in our body. Okay, so it is injected intramuscularly in the muscle to produce a reaction, and it goes through the blood. And once inside the blood, there are cells that the virus particles will encounter: the macrophage, the T cell, and the B cell. So the macrophage phagocytose or ingest the hemagglutinin, the HA, breaking it down into smaller components. The macrophage displays on its surface the HA protein together with a major histocompatibility or MHC complex on its surface. Then the T cell will recognize and bind the antigen and become activated to either become a cytotoxic T cell, a suppressor T cell, or a helper T cell. The helper T cells has hemagglutinin receptors on its surface. Okay, so this plays a part in antibody production later and production of memory B cells. So the B cells also ingests or phagocytose the hemagglutinin protein and presents this protein on its surface together with another major histocompatibility complex or the MHC protein. So when an activated helper T cell comes in contact with a B cell, this will activate the helper T cells into secreting what we call lymphokines. Okay, the lymphokines have several effects. Okay, so one effect is it will trigger B cell proliferation. Okay, so the B cell will turn in either a memory B cell or a plasma cell. The plasma cell is the one responsible for producing the antibodies that are specific to the viral protein. Okay, so this is where the IgG and the IgM comes from. Then the memory B cell will have antibodies on its surface, and the memory B cell will aid in future immune response. So in the future, when the real infection is encountered by the body, the memory B cell will immediately respond because it has memory to the proteins. So once you have the vaccine, it will trigger a cascade of responses to your immune system, and antibodies will be produced, the memory B cells will be produced, and you will now be protected against the true infection, which was mimicked by the vaccine. So the vaccine fooled our body into thinking that there was an infection, and it triggered an immune response, and your body developed antibodies against that protein to protect you now from the infection which is designed by the vaccine. For example, the protein used came from a coronavirus COVID-19 virus. So these are proteins that are injected into you, and it will produce the cascade of immune responses until antibody is produced. Okay, so this will help you in future immune responses and gives you protection against the virus. So this is how a vaccine works. So you develop the protein, you inject it to the patient, and the patient will develop immunity from that disease. So I hope you learned something good and informative regarding vaccines, and I hope it will help you in making a decision in the future whether to get a vaccine or not. So again, don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell so that you will be the first to be notified once I have other videos. Okay. So again, thank you for watching. Bye bye. God bless.